Howdy guys, Kel Kellogg here. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a question for you, and then I'm going to show you something absolutely new, something you've never seen before. How would you like to have a bait that moves through the water like a Rapala? A bait that you can cast, a bait that you control, a bait that works at many different speeds, a bait that is soft, realistic, large profile, something the fish have never seen before, something the fish have never experienced before. Watch these video clips and I'll be right back. Okay guys, we got him on the big pink worm here. The fish looked big. He jumped one time. I don't know how big he is, but he looked big. Oh yeah. Oh, get ready. Be careful now. Lift, lift. He's big. Oh yeah, that's bigger than that. Yeah. Whoa! Nice job. Good job. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's all I gotta do, right? Talk about it. That's real close to 8. And look at the other hook. Oh yeah. See somebody else's hook in there? Yeah. Big worm, big fish. So we got a bass on one line, guys, kind of a double hookup. We got the big stick worm here, and we're hooked up on that. This seems to be a nice fish. Yeah, good. Don't tighten the drag anymore. Oh, that's big. Gee. Got him.
Man, too bad we didn't sign up for the Derby.
Okay. Go under? Under? Yeah, dip under. There you go.
That's the money-winning fish right there for the Derby.
Look at that. Look at that big old fish. That was on the big stick worm, and just kept fighting it, even though it got tangled in. Fish in the box. Good thing you didn't get away from me. Okay, did you see those big, beautiful rainbows that jumped all over my new soft plastic bait? Let me show you that bait. And then I'm going to show you how to rig it, and I'll talk about why it is so devastatingly effective. I was actually going to call it the big stick, but I changed my mind. Say hello to the Trout Trix worm Magnum, the Magnum Trout Trix worm. It's a full 4 inches long, and it has a very unique profile. You can see right there the tail is fairly broad, but if I turn it that way, the tail is very thin, and see how it just moves everywhere? That is what makes this bait so special. That and the fact that it's soft plastic. It comes in 4 different colors. It comes in white, 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 very white. It comes in bubblegum pink. That's the color you saw me using in those video clips. We've caught trout up to about 7.5, 8 pounds on that color right there in the last couple weeks. Kokanee color right there, absolutely deadly minnow imitation, and take it up to a lake like Bucks where there are big Mackinaw and a population of small to medium sized kokanee. Forget about it. It is going to be a killer. And last but not least, my favorite all-time color, bright orange. So 4 colors: bright orange, kokanee, bubblegum, and white. Let me show you how to rig this bait. The rigging is very unique, and it's a very unique bait. I've had these worms for 3 years, and I've tried a variety of different ways to rig them. And, sometimes simplest is best. A lot of the riggings I tried, I'd get, 2 hookups for every 10 hits. The rigging wasn't right, but I figured out the rigging, and I'm getting probably 80% hookups when the trout hit this bait. Let me grab a couple things here. I got a leader, got a needle, and I've got an action disc, and I'll get into rigging. I'm going to rig up this white one right here. Okay, I have returned. Now, when you buy a kit of Trout Trix Magnum worms, the Trout Trix Magnum, you're going to get 12 worms. You're going to get 3 worms of the 4 colors. These are very durable baits, by the way. They last and last and last. And you're going to get everything else you need to rig them, save for the fluorocarbon line. And that right there, that is 10-pound fluorocarbon line. Here's how I've got my leader set up. On the tip of the leader, I have tied on via a Palomar knot a number 4 treble hook, a big, beefy, red number 4 treble. Above that, I've slid on a bead and I've put 2 bobber stops on the line, and you can see right there, I've kind of got them spread out. Pretty simple stuff. That's the leader. Once you rig these baits up, you're going to want to roll the leaders, keep the baits in your tackle box, bust them out when you want, you know, just like a Rapala. I've been trolling them a lot, and you can also throw these on a spinning rod. So let's get into the rigging. Take your leader, take your bait, take the included huge bait needle right there, okay? Take the needle, run the top of your leader through that needle like this. Kind of bright out here, but I could definitely get it if I got the right background. Come on now. There we go. Okay, pull a generous amount of line through that needle right there, so it's not going to slip out. Now take the needle and take the worm. You don't want to go in through the skinny side of the tail. You want to go in through the broad side. And what I've been doing is I come up about an inch up the bait. So right about there, maybe an inch and a quarter even. Doesn't matter. Get it wherever you're comfortable. An inch and a half. Insert your needle. Now, that is a sticky plastic product right there. So what I like to do at this point, you can use spit. That works great. I'll tell you what works even better. Some Procure. Take some Procure, put a little bead of that on your needle, and this is just to lube things up. And this Procure here has been in the fridge, so there we go. So get a little dollop of Procure on your needle. That just acts as a lubricant. Maybe rub it up a little bit on the needle shaft right there. So just go ahead, insert your needle into the bait, right up through the bait, just like this. There it goes. Okay, the Procure is making it super easy. I'm just keeping that needle kind of in the center of that worm. If you've ever threaded a night crawler, you can do this. Now you can't use a traditional worm threader because I'm going to pull that leader all the way through that bait. So right there, I'm coming out right there, right in the nose. Right there, right in the nose of that worm, just like that. Now all I'm going to do is work that worm down, all the way down it goes. And I'm going to pull that leader just like this all the way through the bait. Now, the bait's on the line, the hook's down there. I'm done with the threading needle, so I'll put it up here and try not to lose it. Right there we go. Now, we're going to slide this worm all the way down to that bead, and those 2 bobber stops, I'm going to pull those right on inside. There goes one right there. It's disappearing. I don't know if you can see it. See it disappearing inside the bait? That's going to help us tremendously keep that bait in place. Now, there's your hook right there. Let me push this bobber stop into the bait just like this. Once they're in there, you're never going to see them again. Just get them inside the bait. Just like so. There you go. Now, last but not least, that right there is not going to have a ton of action, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take an action disc. Take your action disc, insert your action disc onto your leader. This is the second to the last step. Take your action disc down to the tip of your worm and just shove that little stem on the action disc into the worm. Now, at this point, if you want to make this into a super durable bait, put a little bit of super glue right there. But you don't have to. But if you want to, by all means do it. Now, up here at this end, go ahead, tie a loop in it. Just an overhand double loop knot, just like this. Right there. One more time, right there. Pull that through. You got a loop in it. Now you have a bait that is ready to troll. It has incredible action. The action starts working on this bait at about 1.5 miles an hour. You can take it all the way up to 3+ miles an hour. If you want to use this on a spinning rod, just make this leader shorter so you can cast it. And absolutely, if you're going to be using this for a casting application, employ that super glue right there. Now, I was playing with all kinds of rigging options where I hooked the hook into the worm. But you know what? I stopped doing that for a couple reasons. One, when you hook the hook into the worm, it makes a hole in the worm, actually makes the worm wear out faster. All right. What I have found by just letting the hook lie next to the tail like that is I'm getting incredible action, but they also seem to be striking at the hook. Okay, I get a lot of fish that have all three hook points in their mouth. So, win-win for me. The worm isn't getting tore up, and it looks to me like the fish are actually grabbing at the hook, which is wonderful. That's one of the reasons that the hookup ratio is so good on the Trout Trix Worm Magnum. Very simple. I've included everything in the kit for you to rig up all 4 colors of the worm. Okay, so you can have 4 rigged worms ready to go in the boat and, just figure out what color the trout want on any given day. Get them in the water. Get some confidence with these baits, guys. The trout have never seen them. It catches trout of all sizes. As I said, we've got trout up to about 7.5, 8 pounds on it. We've gotten limits of pan-sized trout on it. Trout of all sizes in between. We have caught bass up to 4 pounds on this bait. We caught a 2.5 pound crappie on this bait the other day. I just got the full array of colors. I've only had the bubblegum color, so that's all I've been fishing. I will be running these on guide trips this week. Wes had a guide trip yesterday. He caught several trout on the pink worm. I cannot wait to try these other colors, and I am absolutely positively going to be running that kokanee color bait up at Bucks as soon as the snow allows me to get in there on the kayak. I'm going to be playing with speed, and they have never seen that bait. They're going to grab it. They're going to feel it. It feels real, and they are going to try to scarf it down. Add fish scent to them. Your Procure scents, the plastic, as I've said before, holds the scent real well. Soft plastics are the new frontier of trout fishing, whether you're trolling or casting. Get some Trout Trix Worms Magnum and get ready to yell fish on. And if you haven't joined the Trout Trix revolution yet, grab a package of my Trout Trix Worms, maybe a package of my Trigger Minnows, and you are going to have some of the most cutting edge soft plastic trout baits available anywhere in the world. I am an innovator. I test things. I play with things. I ask myself, why won't this work? How can I give the trout something they've never seen before? And I come up with devastating offerings just like the Trout Trix Worm Magnum. You'll find them at fishhuntshoot.com. You can also book a guided trip with me out on the waters of Collins Lake, and I will share with you my 30 years of trout fishing experience. I don't pull punches. I don't keep secrets. I give you the tools and the knowledge to get out on the water and become the best trout fisherman you can be, the best trophy trout fisherman you can be. I'm Cal Kellogg.